Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Monday, and all of our guests today, including Ian Furness, standing by, sponsored by Passant Motors. Not loving your vehicle? Shop where the players shop. Check out the team at Passant Motors to get you into a new-to-you ride. Learn more at Passant Motors, BASANT Motors.com. Seahawks over the Patriots, 29-13, Super Bowl 60 in Santa Clara, California. Here to talk about it, Ian Furness from KGR Sports Radio in Seattle and the Kraken Hockey Network. Ian, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
Good. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Lovely.
Oh, look at that hoodie. Look at that.
Why not Seahawks? Like, what are you doing? Why basketball?
We move on. It's time now to get the NBA back here. We have, we're focused here in Seattle. We got Super Bowl in the back, is in the rearview mirror, and away we go. So, yeah, I don't have a lot of Seahawk gear, to be honest with you. So.
Really? Yeah. Well, you know what? If indeed, and I myself would love to get an NBA team back here in Vancouver, but if it happens in Seattle, you got to keep that name, those colors, that logo.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. Absolutely. All those. That's a given.
Any riots there last night? I'm not.
No.
What's going on? What kind of a city is that?
I know. It's disappointing for you guys north of the border up there in Vancouver. But we won. That was the difference, right? The Seahawks won, so I guess it looked fairly tame. There's a ton of people. It's funny. There's two really big bars downtown. One's actually owned by the Mariners, the Hatback, and the other one's brand new one called the Occidental Beer Hall, which is right next to Lumen. But they're within 300 yards, 400 yards of each other. They both hold like 800-900 people. Oh. And so when I saw the end of the game and they're showing the celebration on the news, I think it was just basically all the people in those two bars came out. But there were celebrations around the city. Our neighborhood, fireworks going off, people having fun. But I think the big celebration's Wednesday when they have the parade here, and then we'll have time to kind of pay tribute to this great team.
I think what happened in Vancouver in '94 and 2011 would have happened win or lose. That's just me. Okay.
Yeah.
So given the stage, was this the Seattle's defense best performance of the season?
I guess if you want to put it in that context, Donnie, given the stage, the fact that it's the biggest game of the year in the Super Bowl, it was dominating in a lot of ways. I think, you can look at numbers and stuff like that. There was some inflated numbers at the end, but I think the bigger thing was the Patriots came out, their first 8 drives, if I don't include a one-play kneel down at the end of the first half with 6 seconds to go, let's wipe that out. Their first 8 drives were all resulted in a punt. And drive number 9 was a fumble. So, if you just kind of look at it from that standpoint, they just gave the Patriots nothing and made Drake May's life miserable. It was an incredible game plan. It's a team that doesn't blitz a lot. They used the blitz yesterday to their advantage a number of times, whether it be linebackers or defensive backs like Devin Witherspoon. And they just overwhelmed the offensive line for the New England Patriots. And Drake May had all kinds of problems. He doesn't have the best skill guys receiving-wise in the league by any means. So, a little harder for him in that regard. But, it was dominating start to finish, no doubt.
Yeah, the defense had great stats, but so did the offense. No turnovers in 3 playoff games. Like Darnold had, I think, 25 in the regular season. To go 3 playoff games without a turnover, Ian, is pretty damn impressive.
He was close yesterday, though, a couple times. He forced a couple balls in there that were like, whoa, what are we doing here? But no, he took care of the football. They did what they wanted to do. They ran the ball. They controlled the game in that regard, and they ran the football. Ken Walker, I don't know how much money he made yesterday, but it was a lot. For a guy that's a pending unrestricted free agent, the MVP. Weird game, though, guys. Like, think about this. The Super Bowl MVP is a running back for the first time since Terrell Davis in 98, I believe it was. And that running back has about 180 yards from scrimmage, 135, whatever, on the ground, and he doesn't score a touchdown. Like, that's remarkable. Like, in so many different ways. The only touchdown going to A.J. Barner, but for the offense. But Walker was great. The offensive line gave them a ton of credit. I think we talked about this last week, though. When we looked at some of the numbers, like in terms of the number of sacks the teams had taken, Drake May had been sacked, I think, in the regular season 47 times. Seattle had 48 plus as a team. Darnold only got sacked 27 times. I think we thought going in that Seattle's offensive line, if they could hold up, and they did for the most part, and maybe the offensive line for New England wouldn't hold up, that would be the difference, and it kind of proved to be true.
I've been bragging about your GM, John Schneider, all morning. Ian, I'm really impressed with him. Some bold moves. Got the coach and the quarterback out, new guys in, built through the draft. The Russell Wilson trade brought a lot of guys. This guy's done a good job.
He's done a great. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I'll kind of give the resume real quick. Built a Super Bowl champion and a team that went back-to-back Super Bowls from scratch, along with Pete Carroll. But I think we all know it was John and his scouting staff that did that. Completely flips the roster 12 years later, and does it again with a second head coach and another quarterback and a completely new roster. There was no holdovers from those Super Bowl teams. So he's built a Super Bowl champion basically from scratch twice. That just doesn't happen in today's modern NFL, especially without a Hall of Fame quarterback. It just doesn't, and Russ was good when he was here at that time, and Darnold was really solid this season. But, those guys, what he's done is remarkable. And there were guys in this town, you guys know how it goes. I'm telling you, it wasn't that long ago that there were a lot of people criticizing John Schneider because of some of the drafts that didn't hit. There were people on our radio station, hosts that were doing that. And I always kind of looked back and I said, well, listen, he got a little cute at times, but I think mostly, and when I say that, like taking kind of swings on guys like Malik McDowell and Christian Michael and, top picks that just probably weren't deserving to be the top pick. But a lot of those picks were either second rounders, like they didn't have a first rounder anymore, or they were so late in the first round, it didn't matter, right? Like you've already built your roster. And so now you're kind of going through the process of saying, how can we fill in a hole? Can we hit like a home run with a guy? That type of thing. When he just got back to going meat and potatoes, let's build a roster back up. He did it, and he's done it better than anybody in the league in the last 20 years.
Boy, did he nail the coach, Ian. He got it. That's the third youngest coach. He's 38.
Right.
That's the third youngest coach to win a Super Bowl, and he came from the defensive side. Some teams hire offensive guys, but boy, he went after the defensive guy and he got it right.
First defensive coach to also be the play caller on defense and win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And again, I'll go back. Here's where hindsight's 2020. There's a lot of people, they wanted Ben Johnson. Everybody wants the offensive coach and the offensive-minded coach. And here's the thing: we forget the last time that Schneider didn't hire the coach. The coach got hired by Todd Lewicki and that group, but in Pete Carroll. But Pete Carroll was a defensive coach, so John knows. Hey, you know what? Everyone's going this way. We're going to go this way. And it worked out pretty well with a defensive head coach in Pete Carroll, and it worked out really well in a young guy in Mike McDonald because, like I said, a lot of people were saying, hey, go get Ben Johnson. Yeah. Ben Johnson's the guy, and he's the dude. And, there were reports that Ben Johnson may have even turned down Seattle. I don't think that happened. I think Mike McDonald, the guy you're seeing right now, I think he was the guy all along. That's what we were told. That's who they wanted to get, and it worked out. It's just different. Like everybody does and builds teams differently. Yeah. In Seattle, the two defensive head coaches have worked out. Before that, Mike was an offensive head coach on Holmgren, Dennis Erickson, guys like that. But the defense seems to be working with these guys, no doubt.
Okay, and so Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP. They have to, if they want to, they have to re-sign him. His contract is up. There's the Clint Kubiak situation. Off to the Raiders he goes. What changes will the Seahawks be making in the offseason? What changes do they have to make?
Well, Donnie, I'm glad you brought that up because it was kind of a theme last night. Guys realize how fragile this thing is, like how quick, like rosters turn over. You don't, to a man, players were saying last night, hey, we won't have this same group next year. We know how the NFL works. There's natural attrition. Guys don't get re-signed. Guys get better offers to go elsewhere. Obviously, the offensive coordinator replacing Kubiak's the key. How many assistants does he take? It's sounding like maybe less than we thought. They may promote from within, so we'll see how that goes. I trust McDonald in this. Listen, McDonald made the hire for Kubiak. Schneider, if you want to make one mistake, Schneider the last couple of years, he kind of forced Ryan Grubb on McDonald the first year as an offensive coordinator. That didn't work, so McDonald takes that over. Player-wise, I think the priorities, I would think Walker is a priority. Now, I say that the NFL doesn't always value running backs, and it depends on the team, and he's still a young guy, and the fact that Charbonnet is going to be out probably through the first part of the season with the ACL, and he's just not the same caliber of running back as Ken Walker. So unless they think they can get something, and they only have 4 draft picks right now, 32nd overall in the first round, and a 3rd and a 6th, and something like that. It's they don't have a lot of draft capital, so I think you try to get Walker re-signed. Rashid Shaheed, the plan is to get him re-signed. Kobe Bryant. is also a guy they probably want to bring back as well. And then after that, you'll see, is there room to bring other guys in? They're going to have to, they'll exercise. I'm not sure if they've exercised the option on JSN yet, but they probably will as a first-round pick. Witherspoon, all those guys. So there's some work to do. They have a lot of salary cap space, and the cap's going up this year to $300+ million. So they've got the wherewithal to do it. They certainly have the capital to work with, but it'll be busy offseason. It's just natural how that works in the NFL. But I think by and large you'll see this core back next season. And already people are saying they're the favorite. The funny thing is they're the favorite along with the team in their division, the Rams. Like, that division is just so darn good. It's just loaded. Like, if you can get through, they're 4-2 in their division this season. Okay. Yeah. And then against everybody else, do the math. What were they? 10-1, right? I mean, or something like that. So they just rolled everybody outside their division. And if you get by the Rams and the 49ers will be back next season, it's going to be a tough go. Now you play a really tough schedule based on the results. So it'll be hard to get back next year, but they'll get to work here pretty quick. I think the OC will be the first priority along the way.
This is our last regular hit with you for this season, but if you don't mind, we would like to get you back. The Kraken are going to the Stanley Cup final. They're fairly comfortably in a playoff spot.
I don't think anything's comfortable in the Western Conference, Donnie. You lose one game,
I said
the
fairly.
other team wins. You're back. Yeah, no. Yeah. Hey, they're feeling good right now. That was a huge win for them at the end, right? To go to LA, second half of back-to-back, that was a massive win for that team. They took 2 of 3 on the 3-game road trip to finish off things, and got 4 out of 6 points. And they're going to be there all year. Whether they get it or not, we'll find out. But there's also, you want to talk about work to be done. I think Jason Botterill's got some work to do to figure out this thing. I know the Panarin. Rick, I saw that text you sent me.
Get going.
Come on. Listen, I saw that. I don't know, Donnie, if you do this, sometimes it's best to ignore him. Do you find that to
get going? What, Shane Wright?
You watch
this
show, Ian?
Yeah.
He was busting my chops like I had something to do with it because they didn't get Panarin. Well, they tried to get Panarin.
Yeah. Oh, no.
$14 million.
They tried. Yeah, I give them credit. They tried.
And listen, Panarin was going to go to one team.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to go to LA. Like, that was it. Like, with the wife's in the fashion business and all that. I mean, everyone around the league knew that. Even if you try to overpay him, he's going to go to LA. And I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Watching that team and how Hiller plays, we'll see how that thing works out, man. That team's a little bit broken in my mind. But, they gave it a go, which that's a good sign for what they might do post-Olympic break to try to get aggressive and go out there. Maybe Kyrou or somebody like that they can go take a run at. So. Yeah, or one of your guys. Maybe one of your guys. You guys pretty much everybody available, right?
We don't have any centers here.
Well, there's one candidate you can take off the Canucks' hands.
Yeah.
Does he wear 40 by any chance?
Yeah, I didn't say that. Hey,
can you get that deal done?
Hey, listen, Ian, we have enough people on us today giving our take on the Bad Bunny halftime show.
Did you enjoy it or what? Did you like it?
No, it was
awful.
I'm 900 years old. I thought the audio was bad. Ian, bear with me for a second here. First of all, I thought the sound was terrible.
Yeah.
The lip syncing was amongst the best I've ever seen. It was just absolutely tremendous. So there's that. There's too much going on. I don't get music these days. It's all about dancing and costume changes and the set. What about the music?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, I think it was more about the message yesterday, Donnie, to be honest with you. I think it was about the message.
There was another message going on in the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that message was, I better not go down that road. But, let's just – I think it was a positive message old Bad Bunny threw out there at the end. And we need more unification as opposed to divisiveness in this country. And I don't know about you guys. We just need to be unified. We're down in our country right now. We're quite divisive. Listen, I don't have Bad Bunny on the playlist anywhere. I wouldn't recognize the song if I heard it, but I didn't mind the message, and I certainly thought it was a better alternative than what was going on elsewhere. I'll just say that.
Okay, well said. You said it way better than I did. Ian, again, this is our last.
We're both old. I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, yes. Well, thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. I love doing this during the course. It's the latest we've ever done it. Right, all the way till
that's true.
Mid-February. So I appreciate you guys. And you know where to find me if you need me. Come trade deadline and all that stuff. We'll talk Kraken, Mariners, whatever it is. And you guys keep doing a great show, man. I love listening to the podcast later on during the day. So thank you.
Thanks, Ian. Appreciate it. All the best.